At the moment, nature is declining faster than it ever has at any point in history. And there's no sign of that inflection point yet, despite global targets over numbers of years. We're still not stopping the destruction of nature. And we have to take a step back and recognise just how much damage is being done to the environment. And we can't sustain that for increasing amounts of time. We all need to understand our relationship with nature. Humans have spent centuries trying to separate themselves from nature and see themselves as something different, but we are part of nature. We rely on the rest of nature to support our societies and our economies and our well-being. And so we need to get to understand how we depend on nature for everything that we do, whether it's clean water, clean air, the food that we eat, the timber or fibres that we use, the minerals that we use in our industry, but also how we impact on nature. Built environment professionals have an enormous role to play here, because the construction and development industries are one of those industries with a direct and very obvious relationship to nature. So we're using land, we're deciding what land use should be when it's taken away from nature and put to some sort of human use. So we've got that direct relationship. And through new initiatives in the UK, like Biodiversity Net Gain, there's a very obvious connection, and building professionals are seeing that. But it's much wider than that. We also need to think around our whole value chains. What are we doing in our designs so that the buildings can be more in harmony with nature? What are we thinking about our supply chains? Where are things coming from? What are the embodied nature risks or impacts in the materials that we bring in? And we need to start making that just normal, the way we do business, and just taking this concept of nature positive as a lens through which to examine all their projects would really help. So every time you take on a project, think, is the net effect of this project helping nature or destroying nature? And how can we shift it back to helping nature? And that's easily done through choice of materials, choice of design, how we lay out development sites, and what we put back, how we restore nature around developments. So there are good tools available in the building industry, and we need to start just making them our normal way of doing business. There is still time to make a difference. Although we have targets set that relate to nature positive by 2030 and full restoration of ecosystems by 2050, that timing is very tight, obviously, and we need to start acting now. But nature is resilient. You'll see if land is abandoned for any length of time, how nature comes back and takes over. We can do it, we can restore nature, and there is still time to do it, but we do need to act now.